Hi, everyone. I'm so excited to be here today with my friend, Laura Dean Farley. Laura is here because she's helping us kick off a series that we're doing on Mertens Meyer on Fire for the next 4 weeks, celebrating women in our organization who have achieved a certain thing to get to go to Tastemaker. And a certain thing. And what we realized is so many women are very unclear on what the actual stipulations are for this trip. So this is one of the reasons we wanted to do this. And then also, of course, we want to celebrate Laura along with the other four fabulous women, Christette Cadrill, Roseanne Kellner, Kate Minson, and Heidi Plummer, who also have achieved what we're calling our growing sellers. And Laura, just so you know, what you actually achieved was something super fabulous. You had to have sold at least 40,000 in PQV in fall of 22, and you had to have grown your fall PQV baseline the highest of anyone else in the company. So there are 25 women cabby-wide who achieved that, and you are one of the 5 in the Mertens Meyer org that did that, and we are so proud of you.
Thank you. I am shocked, astounded, and delighted. I think that's the first word. I am so delighted because this is it was a curveball, kind of so busy, and I didn't realize that I had achieved that. I was paying attention to some other things, but I wasn't really paying attention to this treat, this Tastemaker retreat, which is such a treat, and I'm super excited about that. But thank you.
What are you the most excited about?
Well, when I first found out, I was just shocked because it's been a minute. I've been a cabby stylist for a long time. I started in spring of 06, took a little departure for a very short amount of time, and came back to cabby. And so basically I don't know, I go by years, I don't go by seasons, but it's been a long time. So spring of 06, we'll call it. I do. And I've been, to Terranea before. It is a beautiful, beautiful retreat, resort. And it's been a while since that life happens. And so that's delightful. The location for Terranea, it's just a wonderful, relaxed, beautiful, all of that. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing gals that I have not seen for a long time, at a function like this, that are, just wonderful, great women with tremendous hearts, and just rubbing shoulders with women who are super successful in our industry in a bunch of different realms. So it's going to be educational. I'm also looking forward to being, as you said, spoiled
Rotten.
And I just didn't know how much that would delight me, and I'm delighted.
Oh, I love that. And I know you said you perhaps didn't have the trip on your radar necessarily, but
Correct.
What specific things were you doing that you said you did have your eye on?
The biggest thing for me was just growth. This whole concept of growth on all fronts. This sales bonus program that we have on the back office to track your growth, that makes it so easy to kind of play around in there. And I've never really been super focused on the numbers so much as just activity and, having a mindset. I think the biggest thing for me is having a mindset of expansion. I knew I wanted to expand my business. I knew I wanted to grow my business. I knew the way to do it. We were very focused on new, which is wonderful. I'm still very much focused on new, because we don't, there's so many women that don't even know cabby today, which blows my mind after 21 years.
Yeah.
And so it was just really taking the blinders off, if you will, and imagining all the possibilities on all fronts. So new clients, engaging with women, just building relationships, sharing, really coming from a heartfelt place, in a bunch of different networking, a bunch of different women groups, and like that, and then doing my sales. And then when I started to see where I was close to achieving certain goals, I was like, all right, so I'm going to just, double down. And that was it. It was just having for a mindset throughout the season of possibilities, thinking really big, what if, things for me that like go for no. That's something that helps me. Little blurbs, what if?
Yeah.
No, I have nothing to lose, right? Worst case scenario, I'm paying a woman a compliment. I'm offering her an opportunity that she doesn't know there's an opportunity unless I share it. So it was just being more open and more free, and not as in my, got out of my own way, if you will, and allowed for all the possibilities.
I love that you use the word possibilities, and I especially like your terminology, mindset of expansion. What a big, amazing, overarching thought that is. And I would ask you one question past that. If you were to give women who perhaps they're striving for this exact same award, what best piece of advice would you give them?
Really, it's just keep going. I think the biggest thing is when you get a no or something doesn't turn out the way that you envision or you plan. And we talked a little bit about this, but it's, life is peaks and valleys and peaks and valleys. And maybe it's not a total valley, but you kind of take a few steps down and then it peaks up. And it's just keep having the mindset and the perspective that, this too shall pass. This isn't the end of the world. I got some great advice years ago, and it was, what's the worst that's going to happen? Whatever happens, what's the worst that's going to happen? Are you going to go to jail? Are you going to die? Like, no, those are bad things. None of this is any of that. So just to keep it in perspective, and let go of when something doesn't work out, let go of it as soon as you can, and then look forward, turn away and face forward. And what's your best next step? What's your best next step? And just letting it go and taking your best next step. And that will give you, that's the perspective. Like, then from there, you can figure out your next best step. And if that
Really wise words. And Laura, we just thank you so much for being here and doing this with us. And we're going to think about a mindset of expansion and letting it go. And what do you got to lose?
Yeah. I have goosebumps listening to you say it back to me. So that's a good thing.
We are so proud of you. And I personally can't wait to have a glass of wine with you at the Taranach.
Or two. Do it. Yeah, I'm excited.
Thank you, Laura.
Thank you, Beth. You guys are the best. I'm super excited.